Hey everybody, welcome to this YouTube video where I am answering random questions that I've seen on my videos. Thank you guys so much for your support, and yeah, let's go. And I do want to say too, thank you so much for being here. If you have not subscribed, make sure to do so that you do not miss any future videos. First question, two short questions. What are your criteria for deciding that this is the song you are going to work on? And number two, when you decide to work on a new song, how long does it take you to master it as well? Great question. And honestly, I decided to work on songs that have inspired me. I did a Mama I'm Coming Home cover. You guys can check that out in the description. As well as I just finished doing a Heart intro cover because Nancy Wilson really helped shape me as a musician as well. I listened to a ton of Heart when I was younger. So yeah, lately it's truly been people who inspire me, and I feel like that's been just what I do all along. I do a lot of Ozzy covers. I'm a huge Zakk Wylde fan. I've done Clapton covers before. I need to do more because who doesn't love Eric Clapton? What else? Honestly, yeah. And then how long does it take you to master a new song? Wow, practicing and preparing for a new cover of an entire song can take anywhere from a few days, depending on the difficulty of the song, to a month or longer. I actually did a Steve Vai cover a few years back. I studied that piece for months, but it's Steve Vai. The level of difficulty is high. The nuances are high, and so yeah, that took quite a bit of time. I have studied pieces that have taken me months. And then Ozzy did full cover of some Ozzy songs, Crazy Train. I studied that for like a month to get everything perfect. Honestly, it just depends on the song. If it's a solo, it doesn't take me as long. It's shorter, and I can focus on just that little solo part. Oh, and another thing that depends too is, am I creating the backing track from scratch, or am I using a backing track from online? So really great question. And then another one I got, has anyone ever told you that you look like Sydney Sweeney? No, nobody has told me that. You were the first. Thank you too. I looked her up. She's really pretty. So I like being told that I look like her. And then Bob's, I got another question that said, would you have shot this video on a desert road had you been near one, Emily? Enjoy this original. Thank you so much. That was from Bob. I definitely would have. I don't live near a desert, so that video, I did what I could with it, but I really wanted to film that video on a lonely stretch of a desert road. However, I did what I could. Next question. I have never went hiking with a Les Paul, but it was from the 70s and weighed 25 pounds. I have always wanted to make a video like this. Maybe I will just do it with a lighter guitar. Very cool song. That was on Desert Road. Well, thank you. It's not really a question, but you know, that Les Paul, it's worth it. It's just an absolutely incredible instrument. And yes, it was quite heavy hiking around with it, but people do shows with Les Pauls all the time, and they seem to be fine. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for the question. Thanks for the comment. And then I got a question. Is that a 50s or 60s Gibson Les Paul standard? So I will leave a link in the description of a vlog I did, tutorial rather, on the Gibson Les Paul. It's a custom shop model, and to my knowledge, it is a 1996 custom shop model. It's very rare. That snowflake sunburst is very rare. Only a few guitarists have that. So really great question as well, and I will leave that video so you can watch it after this one if you want. You really put your heart into this one, Emily. I have to say, I'm impressed with your great guitar playing, and I love your Zach Bumblebee. You write a great guitar from that master. Oh, by the way, you're stunning. As usual, come to Austin, Texas. Oh, I'm pretty sure that was from the Lita Ford and Ozzy song, Close My Eyes Forever, If I Close My Eyes Forever. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you liked that one, and yes, it was very soulful playing because I am a huge fan of that song and the artists as well. So, thank you. And then, let's see, love that haunting tone. It comes across as if it's played from a distant shore. Great pedal combo. I actually have no idea what this video is from that he's referring to, but thank you. Yeah, I really wish that I knew which video this was, but it must be something where I was using some type of pedal and I show the pedal. I'm not really sure. So, very nice as always. May I ask you a technical question? How long does it take? How does it work that you play the guitar yourself, but the guitar is not heard in the accompanying music? Do these songs also exist without the respective instruments, which are then played live to it? Well, I'll try to answer this and try to make sense of it. So when I do a cover, it's to a backing track. The backing track has, you know, guitar rhythm, unless I'm showing myself doing the rhythm on the video. The guitar rhythm, drums, bass, blah, blah, blah. And then I add the soloing parts or the melody parts. And that's how I consistently do my videos. Yeah, so I hope that that answers your question. And then I also got these following questions. My question would be, do you know your vocal range? So I have a medium female vocal range, medium to low. I have a pretty low voice. Let's see if I can do a demonstration. That's pretty low, right? It feels low to me. So it's a mezzo-soprano voice. I hope that that answers your question, Juan. And then I got another question. And sorry, I'm looking at my computer and I'm looking down. Are you in the US and do you have any plan on jamming with the band soon? I am US located, yes. And I have played in bands before, but right now I am just completely content doing things on my own, doing my solo projects. If a band wanted to hire me and I liked the band, I liked the vibe and all that, I would do it. But right now, the status quo of what I'm doing is this. I'm very happy doing my YouTube videos and my Patreon page and teaching there. Basically want to say that yes, I would if the offer was right. And then Thomas, oh, okay, these are from my patrons, just so you know. Some of them asked some awesome questions. Have you ever played on a Larivi acoustic guitar? No, I have not. I've never played on a Larivi acoustic guitar. He said that they're quite pricey, but I haven't. Let me know in the comments if any of you have. And then, how long do you need if you choose a cover, for example, Stairway to Heaven, to practice it, to bring it in your ideas, how you would put it, play it, and then take it to the final version to be completed and recorded? Okay, so this is kind of like the first question I answered. It honestly depends. Stairway to Heaven took around 2 weeks to a month. I think it took around a month. You know, like I worked on the vocals, I practiced the vocals, I spent time doing that well. And then the guitar parts are quite intricate, so that took a lot of time learning it and playing it well and recording it all. So yeah, that took about a month. That was a month's work. It was a whole project. I'm really glad that you liked that one. But yeah, honestly, it just depends. It just depends. Like things I've been doing lately, it's not as much planning. I'm just like, I have an idea and I just play it. It's not taking me as long as it used to, kind of just because I'm like, it is what it is. I used to be so kind of self-conscious about putting myself out there and criticism, but now I realize it doesn't matter what you do and how good it is, you'll always have criticism. So just like, criticize away. That's how I feel at this point. I think that kind of wisdom comes with age though. So another patron said, my question is, does the weather affect your creativity? Example, is it higher in the winter, summer, spring, or the fall? I think I would find it difficult to be creative in hot weather. How about you? Yeah, definitely have lived in hot places before, and I get sleepy. So I guess I'm not as creative in hot places, but Yeah, honestly, it just depends. Like creativity, the muse is always, it's an ebb and flow. And so I find that I love spring and fall more than anything. I don't love winter, and I do not love the summer because the summer is a scorcher. So yeah, there we go with the hot thing. But also like freezing, frigid temperatures, just like that can kill my vibe as well. But spring and fall, I find that I am most creative around those times, and I've pretty much written my original songs in that type of feel. I love August and September and October. There's something really magical about them, so I hope to be finishing more songs for my album soon. And then I got this question: what is one of the most difficult things you have found over your career about being a guitar player and or musician? Wow, what a great question, because there are many hurdles. I find that comparison from others, like I find that when people lump all female guitarists or musicians into one general category, it's very it's annoying. It's a pet peeve of mine because they're so different. Like, I would just use an example, like Nita Strauss is very different from Lita Ford. Lita Ford is very different from Nancy Wilson. Nancy Wilson is very different from Bonnie Raitt. I could go on and on. Like, we're all different. Please don't lump us together. Just because we are a female plays a guitar doesn't mean we're all the same. Yeah. I find that that's one of the most difficult things, like people not being able to see past that that you're a female making music or whatever. It's just like, we have guys who've been playing guitar for years. They're all different. I don't really like comparing them. It's like comparing Steve Vai to Zakk Wylde. They're two completely different guitarists. They sound different. Their vibe is different, and that's wonderful. We don't want people to all sound the same and play the same things, so yeah. Also, I find it difficult, like, that people do want to put you in a box, because my album that I'm working on, it's not really something that can be put in a box. My latest song, Andromeda, is very metal, progressive rock kind of feel, and it's not really mainstream. I feel like High Sierra or maybe Save Some Room for Later more mainstream. So yeah, those are things that I find difficult. Unfortunately, I can't. I know that I could talk about this forever, but I will move on to the next question. How do you create your music? Do you have a process or formula you use for songwriting? That is a great question. So I used to create more music with vocals. I don't really do that anymore because I do find that I enjoy playing guitar more than singing. I do plan on making and writing a few songs with vocals though. So I guess the process, I don't really have a process. I usually get the melody first, and then I come up with all the chords and the drums and all of that later. But it all starts with like a good melody that I hear in my head, and then I just go from there. So I could go on and on about that too. I love talking about the creative process, but you guys, thank you so much for all your questions. I found these. This is a random, as I mentioned, random answering of questions. And the questions themselves are random as well. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I will be doing more of these. Let me know what you want to see in future vlogs, or if you want any tutorials or more lessons here on YouTube. I do a lot of lessons on Patreon, so if you're interested, make sure to check that out below in the description. Take care, guys. Bye.